Today, we're diving into a really simple, but honestly, a super powerful story. It gets right to the heart of how to find a little bit of mental peace. It's an old tale about a restless mind and a single glass of water.
But before we get into it, let me ask you something. Does it hit home for you? You know that feeling, right? When your mind just refuses to switch off, it's constantly buzzing with thoughts and worries and what ifs. Well, if that sounds at all familiar, then this story is definitely for you.
So, let's meet the main character of our story, a young guy named Marco. And for him, saying he had a busy mind, well, that was putting it lightly. The story describes his mind as a full-blown storm, just this constant churning mess of thoughts that left him feeling completely exhausted. All right, so let's dig into this problem a little bit more. What does it actually feel like to have a mind that's like a storm? Marco is only 24 years old. I mean, think about that. At 24, he should be feeling vibrant, excited about life. But instead, he's just totally weighed down by the constant noise inside his own head. And here's the core of his problem. His mind is being pulled in two totally different directions. On one side, he's stuck in the past, just replaying old mistakes, feeling sad about things he can't change. And on the other side, he's completely frozen, worrying about what might happen in the future. His mind is literally everywhere except for the one place it needs to be, right here, in the now. And as you can imagine, this internal storm had some real draining effects. He was always feeling uneasy, just tired all the time. He couldn't find a single moment of calm. He wasn't sleeping well. And maybe the saddest part of all, he'd forgotten how to smile. So Marco's at a breaking point. He knows he can't go on like this, and that's what kicks off his quest for an answer. He starts searching for someone, anyone who can teach him how to calm that storm. He eventually hears about this wise man who lives up in the hills. And get this, he's not just some mythical guru. He's actually a former psychologist who decided to leave the chaos of the city for a simpler life. So he's got this perfect blend of scientific understanding and real-world wisdom. And you can just feel that little flicker of hope, right? Marco thinks to himself, you know what, maybe this is the person who can finally help me find some peace. And that one thought is enough to send him off on a really long and tiring journey. So after all that effort, Marco finally reaches the wise man. But the wise man doesn't give him some complicated lecture or a magic solution. Nope. Instead, he gives him a very peculiar task. One that involves nothing more than a simple glass of water. Okay, so the instructions sound super easy, right? The wise man fills a glass of water to the absolute brim. Then he tells Marco, take this glass, walk all the way to the edge of the village, and then turn around and walk all the way back. That's it. 3 simple steps. But, and this is the important part, there's a catch. One crucial rule that changes the entire game. You must not spill even a single drop. All of a sudden, this simple task demands his complete and total focus. So Marco accepts. He steps out onto the street, and it's chaos. It's narrow, it's busy, there are people everywhere, dogs barking, but none of it even registers. His entire world just shrinks down to the surface of the water in that glass. He literally ignores everything else. Marco returns, not a single drop spilled, and this is the moment. This is where he's about to learn the profound secret hidden inside this simple task. Now, the wise man doesn't say, hey, great job. Instead, he just asks him a couple of simple questions. So, did you see the kids playing out there? Did you happen to hear the dogs barking? He wants to know where Marco's attention really was. And Marco's answer, this is everything. He just says, no, I didn't see or hear a thing. I was only focusing on the glass. He was so completely absorbed in what he was doing, so present, that all the usual noise of the world just faded away. And boom, that's the whole lesson right there. The wise man explains that this is what the present moment truly is. It's a state of mind where you are so focused on the now that there is literally no room left for fear about the future or regrets about the past. The storm in his mind just went silent. And you can just imagine the light bulb going on for Marco. He finally gets it. The peace he was so desperately looking for wasn't something out there he had to find. It was a state he could create inside himself just by anchoring his mind to the present. The change was huge. Okay, so that's a beautiful story, but what does it actually mean for you and me? I mean, we can't exactly walk around with a full glass of water all day, right? So how do we apply this lesson?
It really boils down to this. Peace isn't something you find out there, it's an inside job. It's already in you. The key to unlocking it is to live completely in the present moment. When you focus all your attention on the now, on just one thing, that's how you quiet the storm.
Which leaves all of us with one final and really important question to think about. What's your glass of water? Right here, right now, what's the one thing you can give your full, undivided attention to and maybe find your own moment of peace?